Barnes. I've served Wisconsin in our legislature and as your lieutenant governor. I know how to bring people together, and I know how to get things done. I'm running for governor because this jacket wasn't just something my dad wore. It was a promise. We show up, we look out for each other. Wisconsin, let's get to work.
Well, you heard it there. After months of speculation, Mandela Barnes will run for governor. He announced his campaign earlier this week. The former lieutenant governor in the Evers administration left that post to run against U.S. Senator Ron Johnson back in 2022, losing by just 1%. Before that, he represented Wisconsin's 11th Assembly District from 2013 to 2017. Now, in this video announcing his campaign, Barnes says he made his decision in part because of national politics.
It seems like the harder you work, the more Washington looks the other way. Lower taxes for billionaires, higher prices for working people. Under Trump, the name of the game has been distraction and chaos to avoid accountability. It's not about the real world, it's a show.
Barnes also announced he will travel around the state as part of his Wisconsin Way tour to talk about the impact of high costs on Wisconsinites. Barnes is joining an already crowded primary. More than half a dozen Democrats are running. Now, the bigger names include Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley, Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez, Assembly Representative Francesca Hong, and Senator Kelda Roys. But the biggest name in the race is Congressman Tom Tiffany, whose sole opponent in the Republican primary is Washington County Executive Josh Showman. And Tiffany responded to Barnes's announcement, saying in part, quote, "The fact that he is the Democratic frontrunner shows just how radical and out of touch the party has become. Wisconsinites rejected him in 2022, and they will do it again in 2026. And at the state capitol this week, a Republican-introduced bill looks to close what the authors say is a gap in mandatory reporting. Now, under current law, child welfare departments are required to refer cases like suspected or threatened sexual abuse and trafficking to law enforcement within 12 hours. This bill would require all cases of abuse to be referred to law enforcement. In addition, it adds child welfare staff to the long list of mandatory reporters. However, when the bill passed in the Senate in November, some Democrats brought up concerns that it could strain child welfare agencies and law enforcement. Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett told me he would need to create an additional team to deal with the cases.
We support it. We just want to continue to make sure that we have the resources in place to allow us to appropriately address these issues.
The Wisconsin Department of Children and Families also responded to the legislation, saying, quote, "While well-intended, this bill would result in increased workloads for both local child welfare and local law enforcement agencies, straining the capacity of both systems in their efforts to protect kids and communities." And next on For the Record, we sit down with the newest candidate in the race for Middleton's mayor. Why the Alder is seeking a higher office when we come back.